Right, we good? We are good. We are live. Sweet. Sweet, sweet. Good evening, everyone. Angelissimo here as your commentator today for round 4 in RFL season 11, Canada. Today, unfortunately, Cal could not make it, so it is just me in the comms box for today. We still may have some people join the race if they can join in time. We've got a couple of new faces today here around. Oh no, okay, never mind. Just get the telemetry data on and see. Alright, so first off, already we've had quite the exciting round 3 in Portugal last week. Scott did manage to come out on top and win the race. Tom Gorian finishing in second place, with, I believe, Keslesko in third. We already have a few people out on track. Kirby, who has officially made his return to league racing. Ooh, he goes on the grass a little bit there. Ooh, oh, he's already crashed the car instantly. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but that's definitely not ideal for the cars behind him. It was at a funny spot, let's say that. Kirby already deciding to... He's had enough of the session already. So fresh has left the section. That is not ideal. Hopefully somebody can get him in immediately. We have a couple of people on an outlap, other people exiting the pit lane. EBI is out on track. Lord James has just come out on track. He is going to be the one to watch out for, along with Tom Gorian. From what I've seen, it's one of his favourite tracks. And he's been quite successful here in the past. I think winning 3 out of the last 4 races he's done around here. So, an impressive record in his favour. Skull Killer is also back in the action. The Tier 2 RFL Season 10 champion. He's gonna wanna prove that he is quite fast indeed. Ooh, there's a little bit of a misunderstanding there between, I think, Lord James and him. Clumby is the first on a timed lap so far. Dr. Mo joining him right behind. Let's go on board with him. 5th, 6th, 7th gear, now 8th. Up to the hairpin. No, he stays in 7th. Shifts down to 1st. Ooh, there's already a yellow flag. That may be because somebody's slowing down. DRS open for Clumby. Ooh, James in the way again, I think that was. Clean final chicane there, avoiding the wall of champions nicely. Next up is Dr. Mo in the other Williams. Down into the final chicane. Very aggressive, nicely done there from the Williams driver. See what he is going. It's a 1:11.5. Oh no, maybe that was okay. One of the Haas's. Okay, that was Sigma Alonso who was on a lap, but he has invalidated. Tom Gorian is on a lap. Let's go on board with him. He is going to be one to watch for today. As Lord James, it's a 1:10.2. Oh, very aggressive there in the chicane, Tom. Very nicely. Oh, yellow flags. Oh, so he did invalidate his lap time. Kernel Panic does retire from the session because he has a quali ban to serve. So he's done that. Tom on an invalidated lap time. Tier C Deton is on a lap. Who else is? Vapid Coot is still in the pits. Who else do we have? Skull Killer is on a lap, but he's invalidated. Physical is still in the pits. Alonso has... LTK Tarrier has joined and then has left the session again. Interesting. Is Tom going to go for another lap? He is. He is going to go again. He does have enough fuel in this case then to go for a second run. There's a yellow flag behind him, but that's not too concerning. Into turn 1, turn 2. Quick section of corners. Ooh, he has a slide. Not ideal, but still keep going. Trying to get at least a bank a lap. Ooh, nice. It's a nice S section from Tom in the Alpine. He's on a 19.8 in sector 1. Very good pace indeed. I think he could go even faster there because he did have a little bit of a slide. This chicane, very difficult to take. Ooh, nice on the curbs there. Not too close to the walls, just close enough. Into the hairpin. He shifts down to 3rd, 2nd. Get the turning in. The car, nice short shift. 4th, 5th. And then up to 6th. K Tire has managed to join again. Down the down the back straight into the final chicane. Oh, so really nicely done there from Tom. Stays close to the wall. He goes 2nd fastest, just 0.2 of a second behind Lord James, and I think still time to be found for Tom there. Alonso, I think Sigma Alonso trying to go for another lap. He is the new driver for today. Signed up just a couple of hours ago and now is already on track. Let's go on board with him, see what he can do. Nice and tight. The apex of turn 1 and 2. Chicane. Ooh, that's some very good speed he's carrying through there. Sector 1, 19.7, so he has gone faster than Tom in that sector at least. DRS open. Lord James set the lap time on the mediums, by the way, just to clarify that. Ooh, he's taking that corner very aggressively, very nicely. That's going to get him a lot of time. Into the happy turn. Ooh, it's fair. Goes down into first gear and get that extra little bit of turn in. Into the final chicane now. Ooh, nice. Car looked a little bit slidey there on exit, but what lap time is it gonna be? Ah, just barely, less than a 10th. Just about less than a 10th behind Tom in so he moves himself up into 3rd place. So good performance from him already. Lord James and Sigma Alonso. It's a Haas 2-3, 1-3, sorry. With Lord James having set his lap time on medium tyres as well. So Tom and the rest of the field. Deton, oh no, sorry, I thought he was also on a 10.559. So 111. Tom is already going back on track immediately. Still 9.5 minutes left until the end of the session. Skull Killer has set a lap time. He's going to the pits. He is on a 12.1. And he improves as well. 11.3. Almost a second better than what he did before. Vapid has not set a lap time yet, but he has invalidated once again. He's cutting the corners, trying to get back to the pits. Lord James now quite aggressively back onto the racetrack there. Luckily nobody was there. Now he is on the soft tires. Oh, he's doing the Kimi Räikkönen way of warming up the tires, inducing a lot of understeer, and there you go. Very aggressive tire warm-up, just like Kimi Räikkönen used to do. Watch out, James, that was a bit close. So apparently I've heard a couple of drivers complain about tire temperatures, not being able to fire the tires up quickly enough. Which is a bit concerning considering this game, in this game it's not that hard to overheat your tires, but for this track, at least for a couple of drivers, it's difficult to keep them at the temperature. Tom is on a lap right now. He's done purple sector 1. So he's really giving it his all once again. James is about to start his lap. We can see on the mini-map there on the bottom right. Oh, really nice, that section of corners there. Very aggressive on the curbs. Into the hairpin Tom goes. Very aggressive short shifting there, forcing quick downshift, forcing the car to slow down. DRS open for the Alpine driver. Down the back straight into the chicane. Let's see how he takes it. Very aggressively, much closer to the wall this time. Less conservative, and he should be able to go fastest. Yes, it's a 1:10.1 provisional pole position for Tom Gorian, but now we are looking at the lap time of Lord James on board with him. Oh, he's 0.3 down on Tom's lap time, I think. Up into 8th, open the DRS. Another yellow flag somewhere on track. Oh, really aggressive. That was beautiful. That was absolutely spot on there from Lord James. And he goes fastest at 19.7. He decimates the rest of the field. He's decimating the rest of the field at the moment. And there's still 6 minutes left for the session. Let's see. Is he going to make another attempt, or is he going to be happy enough with his lap time? We shall find out in a few minutes. Tom goes into the pits. He's in 2nd place. Alonso is on an outlap once again. See if he can do something about maybe trying to get a Haas 1-2. Deaton has retired from the session. He's retired in the pit lane, I believe. I can see his car going. Yeah, he's in the pit lane. Vapid is starting his lap, though. Let's go on board with him. We have not seen anything very significant from the Scotsman in the Mercedes. Oh, disqualified from the session is Dr. Mo. Ay, that's not good. It's not ideal. He was up in P4, I think, P4 or P5. LTK Tarrier has managed to get in the session, but he's only in 4th place, over a second behind Lord James. I was expecting a bit more from K Tarrier there. Maybe we'll see something special from him today. Last race he did was Jeddah, and he did qualify on pole, I believe. Into the final chicane, Vapid takes it very nicely indeed, very quick on exit. What can he do? He sits, up to 3rd place, very close to Tom right now. Yeah, Alonso, we saw Alonso, oh, he's invalidated, so he's probably going to go for another lap. I think he should be able to do that. So quite close top 5 so far. And Skull Killer showing that he does have very good pace. Again, he was Tier 2 champion of RFL Season 10, so it's good to see that he is still around and showing promising pace around here at the moment. Now, the driver I'm most... Ooh, and he has a nice slide there, drifting out of the exit, trying to get some heat into those tyres. K-Tarrier is obviously... He was the pole man of Jeddah, pretty sure. Oh, there's been an accident in the background. EBI has been warming up his tyres a bit too hard there. He's crashed his car. That's not what you want to do. We just caught that in the background. Very not ideal at all. Let's go on board with K-Tarrier. Let's see what he can do today around Canada. Oh, he's invalidated already. Yeah, not good from him, but I think he has enough fuel to do another lap. Lord James on an out lap starts his probably, very likely final lap of the session. Nice exit. Now into the first chicane, very aggressive over the curbs, almost touching the grass. Oh, he goes even faster, 74 thousandths of a second, quicker than his personal best, which is also the provisional pole lap time at the moment. Ooh, still keeps it valid there, very close. Fantastic lap so far. Purple once again. Oh, over a 10th. Very big margins actually, if you think about it. It's so close to field. With how close the field is at the moment in the top 5. That's a pretty substantial amount of time he is gaining at the moment. Into the final chicane. He invalidates. He cuts the corner and invalidates his lap. And that's his quali over. Don't think he has enough time to recharge his battery. Or even if he even has enough fuel. That's the other question. But I don't think I think he's out for the time being. Tom on a very aggressive outlap. He wants to get that pole position. Warming up his tyres. Lord James retired from the session. Yeah, it's pretty much a given. 50 seconds remaining. Tom wants to be the last one to go over the line, as well as his teammate right behind him. You can see Tom in the background. There goes Tom. We have 30 seconds left of the session. Let's go on board with him. Let's see what he can do. To turn 1, nice and tight line. Gentle exit, yes. Good exit there, Tom. Into the chicane. Right, left. Very intense sequence of corners. Very easy to corner cut. It's a very nice section there. Takes the curb nicely, avoids the wall by a few millimeters. Down to the hairpin. Let's see how much he improves. Just about 1/10. Nice tight line on the apex. There's a rapid exit there. It's going to be close for second place, I think, as Sigma Alonso moves up into third, just barely behind Tom. Is Tom going to improve his lap time? He does, and he is the second driver to go into the 109s. Very impressive lap. Only just about 2/10 behind. So very impressive lap times by the top few drivers. Alonso already making a statement in his first RFL race. Just signed up again. I said before, just signed up just a few hours ago and is already up there with Lord James, Tom, and Vapid. LTK Terrier is in 5th place with a 110.8. I was expecting a bit more from him, but will he definitely show something in the race? We'll have a much closer race, I think. Skull Killer from tier 2 up to 6th place. Very good for him. Fisichella in 7th, tier C Deton in 8th, 9th EBI, who crashed his car while warming up his tires. So Fresh in 10th, 11th is Clumby. Then we have Panic, who served as quality ban, Kirby, who crashed at the start of the session, and Dr. Mo, who got disqualified for some reason. Right, so to Annie asking, oh, we have rain. Oh, this is interesting. Not expecting that. Looks like heavy rain as no, not light rain, but not too heavy either. So we're gonna maybe see some intermediates or wet tires on. Let's go in the race director and see it's in the intermediate conditions. This is interesting. We're gonna have a banger today. Indeed, I cannot wait. So, everyone, what do you think? To dear viewers, what are your predictions? Who do you think is going to win the race today? How do you think things will turn out for your favorite driver tonight? Let me know in the chat. Let's see. Do we have somebody? We have a couple of people watching. We do have a couple of people. Yes, we do. Nice. Good to see people getting engaged here. Intermediate conditions. Now, what I can do, if you want to know a fun fact about RFL as we're waiting for the race to get underway, it is that RFL has never seen a double champion in its 10 season. In its 10 season it has existed, RFL has only had one-time champions so far. The most recent being SFR Finns. Ooh, interesting to see that. A couple of people, Lord James, for example, he just mentioned in the chat that he does not have a rain set up for these conditions, so that's going to be interesting to see. I wonder if Tom has one. I wonder if Vapid has a wet setup. It's going to be interesting to see. Does anyone in chat maybe want to mention something? Does anyone want to say if they do have the ideal setup for these conditions? Lord James predicting 2 or 3 safety cars today. Yep. Indeed, we do have a wet race. That is correct, Cal. Hopefully, you'll enjoy watching along if you've got the time, buddy. Considering you don't have, to answer Craig's questions, considering you don't have like lean mix anymore, any amount you go under is quite a lot. It's difficult to recover fuel without going 3 seconds a lap slower every lap. So that's also in the wet. It's much easier to recover fuel. So if it's an entirely wet race, I would bet on 1 lap minus at the very least. I would do that if I were racing and I knew it was a full wet race, didn't like fully the entire distance. Then I'd do that. I would do that. But don't quote me on that. Everyone has a different type of driving style. People running traction, no traction, medium, or whatever, all have different types of fuel consumption numbers. So that's also to take into account for today. Tire wear is going to be important because we've seen a couple of drivers that struggle a bit in the wet. Vapid is somebody who excels in wet conditions. Tom, on the other hand, he struggles at certain points in a wet race. So it's that's gonna be something we'll see today, if it is the case once again, or if it's gonna be completely different story than what we've seen so far, as we are underway for the formation lap. Nobody trying anything too special with tires. Everyone on intermediates, because it does look like it's gonna remain. It feels like it's raining a bit more than is ideal for intermediate conditions. It looks like it, but it may be me, maybe just me. I wonder if somebody is gonna pit for wets or just stay out on inters or whatever. I don't have the weather forecast, unfortunately. It would be nice for Codemasters to add that. Possible race strategies: a 1-stop or a 2-stop strategy is available. Is somebody going to try the no-stop? I don't think so, because tire wear is quite horrible on intermediate tires. I would be surprised if somebody actually managed to pull that off. As the drivers head down towards on the back straight now. There's Dr. Mo, who's quite far behind. He's taking his sweet time. No, not Dr. Mo. Who's very far back? It's Clumby. Clumby taking his sweet time, though. I don't know if people will be happy about it. Lord James definitely will not be happy about that, because he's going to have to wait the longest then, in that case. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. You've arrived just in time for the race start, if you're tuning in right now. And we are foreseeing a cracker of a race today. Fisichella gets disqualified from the session. Here we go, soon. Now all drivers are lined up. Do we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights? And it's go for the Canadian Grand Prix, as Tom seems to have had a better start than Lord James. I think he's sliding a bit. Vapid is, I think, off the track there. Ooh, forcing around the outside. Oh, Alonso's down the inside, and Tom is in a half sandwich. Let's go board with him to see if there's contact. No, there's not. K-Tarrier getting past Vapid there into the chicane, as now it's a Haas 1-2 at the moment. Lord James being put under pressure as he gets spun around by his own teammate. That's not good. That's not good. There's going to be words had after that race. You cannot do that. You cannot take your teammate out like that. Alonso, that's not going to look good on you. Not ideal at all. That reminds me of Coulthard, when Coulthard did the same to Häkkinen in 1999 at Austria, when he took him out of the lead into turn 2. Hopefully no damage done to any of the two, but let's see, does he have damage though? Oh, and there's contact. There's 3 people that spawn at the same time. That was Deaton, I think, and one of the Mercedes cars. As oh no, it's 3 second time penalty for corner cutting. That's not good, not ideal there. Nothing much he could have done. As Kate Tarrier, this has turned around immediately for the Haas boys. They were 1 and 2 heading into the end of sector 1, and now it's likely to be a Alpine 1-2. Is somebody going into the pits? Fisichella has lost his front wing. Tom Gorian is under attack, but keeps the lead. Alonso seems to be very, very rapid, very aggressive on these first 2 laps. A lot of stuff going on. Ooh, Tarrier, Kate Tarrier having a little bit of a moment. We have yellow flags at the back. Ooh, that's one of the AlphaTauris. That's Kirby. He's had a very good start, actually. He's up to 10th. Seems like he gave up the positions, though. He's going really slow as we have a virtual safety car for the couple of incidents we've had so far. So things are going to go calm down for a few seconds. So just to recap, Lord James was spun around by his own teammate. And now he's all the way down in P9, and I don't know if he's got any sort of rear end damage to the car. As Vespa Jupiter joins the session too late, the race is already underway, so he cannot join, unfortunately. EBI has retired from the race, so that's already our first retirement. It's not even the end of lap 2. That was a lot going on there for that first lap. So yeah, not expecting. Alonso in his first race immediately causes headlines, massive headlines there, because it's a full safety car now, full safety car. It said virtual safety car, even though I saw the yellow dot there. So yeah, it is a full safety car indeed. And yeah, there's Jupiter leaving the session because he was just barely too late to get in. A spicy start to the race. Very spicy indeed. We have a couple of drivers in the pits. Both the AlphaTauris are in the pits. One of the Red Bulls is in the pits as well. No, he's not. He was on outside. He wasn't in the pits, Angelo. Kirby rejoins in last place on a fresh set of intermediates. And that's going to do him some good. 3 laps can make quite a bit of difference already for intermediate tires. Having the freshest tires possible is always a plus, especially at least in the position he is right now. Slowly catching up. Field being brought together again as EBI is rejoined, but don't think he can do anything anymore. His car is out of the race. Yeah, he's left the session again. So this is big news for the championship hunt, because two rivals of Tom are a bit in a difficult, precarious position now. Scott, unfortunately, couldn't make today due to work, and I don't think he'll make next week either. So that's also a big headline there, massive headline. Lord James is all the way down in P8, and there's a couple of drivers that are quite quick that he needs to overtake to get back to Tom. And I imagine if he does get back up into the podium, which I think he will, so he's got some brilliant pace, Lord James, it is to be said. Do expect him to be back up in the top 3 very soon. And then when he gets to his teammate, I wonder what's going to happen there. Because obviously, if you just tuned in, once again I'll say, was a great start for both Haas cars. Going into 1-2 into the end of Sector 1, the Lance Stroll or the Sebastian Vettel corner, if you recall 2011, where he won wide. At that corner there, he hit into the back of his teammate and spun him around. Unfortunately, it is what happened. Tom is going to be absolutely happy about that, from how I know him. The safety car is in this lap, warming up the tyres. Let's go on board with Tom. She didn't turn my telemetry on. We need the telemetry. But we need all the things to see what's going on. Leaving a bit more. Going quite late, I think, is Tom. Oh! Ooh. Alonso hitting Tom, but Tom didn't go. He didn't brake. He was still lifting off. He wasn't full throttle. He didn't go. So I don't think that's going to be any... I don't think that will warrant an investigation, maybe. But so far a clean restart, as it looked like one of the McLarens was about to spin. The Williams is going sideways. One of the AlphaTauris is making moves. As Clumby has retired. Oh, there's been a pile up there, I think, as Alonso almost hit in the back of Tom again. So yeah, there's been another accident, another safety car. Clumby and Panic were involved in this one. Panic without a front wing. Watch out! Do not keep it on track. And Kirby's up to P11. He was also in that squabble. Managed to avoid, as he gets a penalty for corner cutting on the safety car. That's not something you want to happen to you. I believe he's not going to be happy about that. Ooh, Skull Killer with a 5-second time penalty. So both Mercedes making contact. So we've had both we've had both Haas's making contact, both Alpines almost making contact, both Mercedes is making contact. So quite a lot of tension between the teammates so far. Ah, you love to see it. You love to see it. We're starting to get some nice amount of viewers in here. 8 viewers. Cal is one of them. How are you doing, Cal? Tell me how your day was, buddy. Tell me what you think of the race so far. Let me know in the chat. We always appreciate the Calster being here. We always appreciate a few messages in the chat. So far, we have had 2 safety cars. So, Lord James's prediction he put in the general chat in Discord was actually correct. He said we're going to have at least 2 or 3 safety cars. We've had 2 already, and it's only lap 6 into the race. So, it's a lot going on there. We love Canada. We love the rain, and if you combine the two, you're going to have a good race. So the record holder for the longest race in Formula 1 history, it's for another fun fact, the longest race in Formula 1 history in terms of time is Canada 2011. We've, I think, had 4 hours. Most of that time spent standing still. Something tells me we're going to have a long one today as well. Kirby goes into the pits to put a fresh set of... Oh, he's also had front wing damage, I see just now, so... Involved in some sort of squabble there. The American driver in the Italian AlphaTauri car. Rejoins in last position. That way, he can be at the back and just look out his surroundings at the front, stay out of trouble if there is trouble again, and I think there will be, because we've had quite a lot going on. It's only 7 laps into the race. Are we gonna see the safety car in this lap already, or are we gonna have another one? And yep, safety car indeed in this lap. Just warming up the tires. Kirby has managed to catch up back to the pack. The tail end of this 12 car train. Tom once again warming up his tires. It's important that he has a good getaway here. Ooh, very close. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. There's a lot of sliding though. This car's going side by side already. K-Terrier making a move down the inside. Does he make it work? No, the other Haas, Lord James, is there as well, next to Vapid. They're both going side by side. Is K-Terrier gonna go through, or is it Alonso? Alonso yields the position, as does Lord James. He has to wait once again behind Vapid. Is he gonna go for a move? No, he's not. He's gonna wait a little bit longer then. Already trying to find different lines, trying to get past the Mercedes driver. Doesn't do that. So Fresh is also up into P6. Very good for him. Showing good pace at least today. Shows pretty good pace as Panic goes down the inside of Dr. Mo as Mo spins around. Is that another safety car? He's reset the track. It is allowed now, from what I've heard, as long as it is a safe rejoin and nobody was behind him. So that shouldn't be a problem. As K-Terrier was being attacked by Alonso. This is allowing Tom to get away, so teamwork there maybe. Trying to hold up the other Haas driver a little bit. Alonso has a look down the inside. Doesn't do anything. K-Terrier has a... Oh, he's got a poor exit there. Very, very poor. Alonso's going to be all over him this time. Is he going to try it down the inside? He has a dive in there. He does not make it work around the outside as Vapid is passed by Lord James. James is up to P4 right behind his teammate. So like I said, he's going to not take too long to get there again. And he is already as... Ooh, Alonso's a little bit of a squiggly wiggle. Ooh, that's that skull killer around the outside of Deton. That's a beautiful move. The Red Bull has a look down inside. Fisichella cutting the corner. That's a bit dangerous, but he keeps the car under control around the outside of Deton. Does he have the straight line speed to get past the McLaren driver? Does he? No, he has to yield the position. He has to yield and line up behind the Mercedes, the McLaren once again. Tom is slowly getting away, inching away. He's gained 4 tenths in the previous lap as Fisichella goes down the inside of Deton into the hairpin exit. He is ahead. Kirby's having a great look at this battle unfolding right in front of him. They're going side by side, I think. Oh, he's forcing him. 3-second time penalty for Alonso, who's lost a place to Vapid and Lord James at the same time. So James is up to... There's a yellow flag. Something's happened at the back. Maybe Deton. Yes, it is Deton. So much going on at the moment. I can't keep up all by myself. Tom is getting away. K-Terrier is doing great in second place. He's had a fantastic start. So it's an Alpine 1-2 at the moment. Lord James is in third. He does seem to hit the wall though a little bit. Did look like he did. Vapid is again back into P4. His starting position. And Panic is having some very good pace there. He's catching to Alonso. I don't know if Alonso's got damage or something. Difficult to tell visually. Doesn't seem like it. So it's all down to Panic having amazing pace at the moment around the outside of the Haas driver. He makes the move even before the braking zone for the hairpin. So Panic having some great pace at the moment. He's catching up to the leaders already. At the back, Kirby is dropping back a little bit from Fisichella. He's on 2 seconds down now. Tom still getting away. Lap 10. Oh, there's been an accident and K-Tarrier is out. We just caught that. He slid. Oh, that's also Alonso almost crashing into the back of Panic as well. Safety car is out once again. That's the third one we've had in 11 laps. At this point, at this rate, we'll reach the safety car limit set on the game. And once again, K-Tarrier retiring from a race. Don't think he has finished any this season so far. That's not. Tom is not gonna be happy about that safety car caused by his own teammate, who was playing sort of the role of the rear gunner and holding behind the people Tom Gorian is concerned about at the moment, and that's Lord James. Lord James is now basically unleashed upon Tom after the safety car restart. Not ideal. This has gone from it went Tom's favor, but it immediately went the opposite direction now, with Lord James now being favored. He's came back from P8. Now he's back into P2. Vapid is up to third, and Panic, who's had a fantastic restart, is up in P4. He does seem to be liking the rainy conditions here around Canada, showing some pretty promising pace. Despite the quali ban he had to serve, everyone is in the pits. I mean, why wouldn't you go 10 laps? Having fresher mediums, yeah, mediums definitely. Having fresher intermediates is always a good bonus, as there are a couple of drivers staying out. Skull Killer is staying out, as well as So Fresh and Fizikella. Tom just exits right behind them. Ooh, he goes over the line though. I don't know if that was a warning. If he does that again at any other stage of the race, he is going to get a penalty from the game. Hope he didn't run wide though. I hope he didn't cross the line, but it certainly looked like it on the offboard. Yeah, we've had quite the eventful race so far. It's only lap 12. We're not even halfway through the race yet. This is your cue to stay and watch. No matter what you have to do today, chores or whatever, if you have to go somewhere, cancel your plans. Stay here and watch the race here around Canada. We've got 9 viewers so far on stream. That's a good amount. It's happy to see quite a few people tuning in. So just a quick summary, if you just tuned in right now. So there's been another accident. LTK Tarrier was the victim this time. He spun on the exit of the final, not entirely final corner, it's a bit past the final corner. On exit, I think just too much power onto the wheels, and he slid and spun into the wall, causing the safety car. Most drivers pit already, but some of them have decided to stay out longer. Skull Killer and 7-lap-old intermediates is in the lead now. He inherited it from everyone else ahead of him pitting. So Fresh, who's been on these tires since the start of the race, is in P2. Fizikella also 7 laps ago when we had the other safety car. He is in a slightly fresher intermediates than, so slightly fresher. He's 6 laps fresher than So Fresh's tire. Maybe like 7 laps of tire days shouldn't make. They will make a difference, but not too big of a difference as the 12 laps old intermediates that So Fresh has. Now Tom needs to be patient as the safety car comes in this lap. Skull Killer will be leading the safety car restart. He does know how to do it. He's been at the safety car, at the lead of the safety car quite a few times in Tier 2 last season, RFL Season 10, showing quite impressive strategic prowess from Skull Killer. Many times in that season where he did win the championship in Tier 2. So maybe another strategy, maybe this might be another strategic masterclass by the Mercedes driver. Let's go on board with him through the final corner. So Fresh is right behind him in the Ferrari. And he's gone already. He's already gone. He's already built up a smaller gap. Let's see, Fisichella already under attack. Tom around the outside. Ooh, they make a little bit of contact. He gets forced wide. Does he have the better traction around the outside? So Fresh is acting a little bit like a bottle cap. No, what's it called? Ooh, there's a little bit of contact. A little bit of a bottleneck. Sorry, that's what I wanted to say. And Tom is passed quite aggressively, but successfully manages to get into second place. But unfortunately for him, Lord James is in the same position. Just right behind him now, and as Fisichella is losing a heap amounts of places already. You have a nice helicopter shot of him going into the back of Panic there, but no damage done to anyone involved, I hope. Alonso was almost involved in that. Kirby's at the back enjoying himself. So first gets overtaken by Panic and is up to P4. Lord and James is right behind Tom, but oh, what is Tom doing there? He's weaving a bit. It's okay. It's not too close, not close enough. Trying to warm up the tires. He's had an awful exit. Around the outside goes Lord James. Tries to go around the outside. He has to yield, but he's got the tie the line on the inside. Does he make it stick? Let's go on board with James, and no, he has to yield. James has to give up the place. Kitaria has left the session. He did retire a couple of laps ago. There's a lot going on here at the back, as Alonso, I think, did get penalties. Corner cutting. There's a lot going on here at the back. Ooh, a little bit of contact between Mo and Fisichella. Kirby's at the back here, having a look, just looking at the absolute chaos that is unfolding in front of him. Wow, ooh, Skull Killer is doing very well to keep the lead for as long as he has on all the tires. Lord James has a wee look down the inside. There's nothing he can do. Third gear. Everyone on third gear there. Skull Killer is going to get put under pressure by Tom now. There's things going on at the back as Dr. Mo gets passed by Kirby. Kirby's up to P9 now. Let's see, Lord James is... Skull Killer has been passed by Tom. Now Lord James is trying to do the same. And he has to yield. Oh, there's a little bit of contact between the Mercedes and the Alpine. Around the outside goes Tom. Oh, that's really close. That's forced Skull Killer to slow down a bit. Lord James had a look down the inside, but he had to yield once again. Oh, that was really close to a catastrophe there for the top three. That would have put Colonel Panic into the lead. Speaking of him, he is right there with the leaders. He's showing some very good pace. Vapid is dropping back steadily. Alonso is into P6. So Fresh has run wide. Has to give up the place there. Kirby, does he make it through on the outside? Up to P8 he does. But Dr. Mo has an absolute monster of a run on the American and has to give the position up at the moment. So Tom back into the lead. Oh, look at that. Skull Killer is now being... Oh, they've made contact. They tagged wheels and they're round. Ay, not good there. Panic is stuck in the wall. Watch out. Watch for the rejoin. Don't crash into the wall and damage. Ooh, watch out. At least The good thing is that we have ghosting turned on, so nothing was going to happen. There was a bit of a dangerous rejoin. Unfortunate for Panic there. He was doing so well up in P3 almost. He almost got past Skull Killer, but he was having none of it. Something happened to the two Mercedes? No, nothing. So Panic seems to still have... No, he's damaged his wing. He's not pitted. He's going to lose a lot of time with that Physicallas in the pit. And I think now we can focus on the battle that we've been waiting for. We've been anticipating this for the entire week already. These two have been having a back and forth. Lord James hoping for a challenge by Tom for the win in Canada, and he is getting one at the moment. But pace-wise, although he does have less ERS deployment available to him, Lord James is trying his best to get past the Alpine. It's important that Tom gets a good exit if he wants to keep the lead. He does have a decent exit, but James's exit was even better. Around the outside goes the Haas driver. Into turn 1, does he make it stick? He runs wide, he slides a little bit. Tom has the outside line, which is the better one to have a better exit, and he keeps the lead still. Beautiful battling there, respectful racing at the front. We love to see it. As many people, yeah, there you go, so fresh. Panic going into the pits to change their wings. Kirby's now up to P8. Back into the lead. We are watching now Tom trying to defend it, but P1 with his own life there. With everything he's got, he needs to do it because James is not somebody who's gonna stay behind him for a long time. So we have another yellow flag. That's oh no, that's Panic in the wall doing a Tsunoda. It's just gone downhill for him. He was doing so well. He went up to P3, and then that accident happened, and now he is in last and has to have another change. Oh, that's big. Tom Gorian has got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. That's not usually something he does. It's quite rare to see Tom get a penalty, but that's not as important as the overtaking attempt by Lord James doesn't go according to plan. And there's another. Oh, that's another penalty for Kirby. He's up onto 6 seconds now. Vapid is still there in the background. You can see him. He's slowly getting closer. He does have some very good pace in the wet. He struggles a bit at the beginning of stints, but then towards the end, when other people are starting to struggle on their tires, that's when he comes alive and decides to be fast for some reason. This time, it's a bit further back. This time, Lord James lost a bit of time there. Maybe a small mistake. Deton with the penalty. So Vapid is now almost as close as Lord is to Tom, and there's another safety car, yellow flag, and it's Panic still trying to go on without a front wing, and we've seen him do that before, and it didn't end really well. That's what I hope he doesn't have anything in mind, which isn't. Oh, and he's crashed out on purpose as well. I think that was not accidental. So once again, controversy around Colonel Panic. Once again, second race, he's participated here in RFL and he's done another thing. But doesn't seem to be a safety car. At least it didn't cause a safety car. But we did catch it on stream. It did look like It was on purpose to my eyes, but we'll leave that to the stewards afterwards. We'll have a look at it later on. What's important though is this battle for the lead. The rest of the field is quite spread out now. We only have 10 runners and 15 laps to go. Tom has a penalty of 3 seconds. Basically, what James needs to do is not get a penalty himself and just stay there, basically. But do you have to say, Vapid is really starting to come alive now. He's closed up quite a lot. He was 2 seconds away, just about 2 laps ago. Now he's only a second behind. Further back, nothing much is going on. There's a big spread. So nothing much going on. The only real close battle we have at the moment is this one, the top 3. We've seen Tom and Vapid fighting for the lead. This time we have them fighting for the lead against Lord James in the Haas. These two having a long history, Tom and Vapid, in RFL and league racing in general. These two have known each other for years and years, for as long as RFL has existed, pretty much. Ooh, has a little bit of a wiggle there in the background. Lord James, not ideal. Vapid is getting closer and closer. Tom is weaving a bit. Maybe trying to cool the tires down. Maybe just not give any slipstream to Lord James. But one thing is clear, James is not as close as he would like to be. Not as close as he used to be at the beginning of the green flag running after the 3rd safety car we had a couple of laps ago. We have Kirby going into the pits, fresh set of intermediates. He is now dropped down to last, as Fisichella gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Once again, this time now, Lord James, maybe he heard me, maybe he's got the stream on and he's heard me say that he is not close enough. Now he definitely is. Vapid is also there in the background, menacingly. Peering closer and closer every lap, just slightly inching closer to these two at the front. This time... Oh, okay, this is interesting. Lord James does not have any ERS deployment left, while Tom has 75. Oh, but he's run a little bit wide, sliding a bit, maybe struggling with tire temperatures already. Very gently onto the throttle there, very cautious. Ooh, Vapid has a little bit of a slide as... Oh, Kirby once again, another bit. He's got 9 seconds now. Fisichella got one for speeding in the pit lane. Dr. Mo has left the session. He's disconnected. Not ideal for him. Ooh, Tom. I know it looked like he was running wide, but he didn't. He's got a very good exit. As Skullkiller also gets a penalty. He's down in P5. Has gained a couple of places from his starting position, so he's doing pretty well there in P5. So but again, ooh, Tom a bit iffy on that chicane. We have the Alpine, Haas, and the Mercedes. 3 teams, 3 different drivers, and the main contenders for the championship are fighting it out for the race win. At the moment, as it would stand right now, Tom would drop down into third place thanks to his penalty. He got Vapid is also a driver who usually does not get penalties. Lord James also is somebody who does not get penalties as well. At least not like he did in Jeddah for taking avoiding action. Down into the hairpin. Let's go on board with Tom. Look at his BWT Alpine rear wing. Oh, he's got a brilliant exit there. 70% ERS versus 0%. It does look to me like that Tom does indeed have the measure on Lord James at the moment. Unfortunately, just unlucky that he does have that penalty. James seems to get closer into braking zones, but then loses a little bit of time on exits. It's just a tiny amount, enough that basically guarantees Tom keeping P1. Both of them using the ERS deployment at the same exact time, just that Tom has almost a full battery. Very slidey there on exit. Vapid as well. Vapid is also in the same conditions as Tom. He's got very high amounts of ERS deployment left to his disposal. But James is he's really aggressive into the final corner. He manages to take that chicane very aggressively. But it's not enough. It's not going to be enough to challenge for the lead still. Tom just needs to keep this up and hope that the two guys behind him get penalties. Ooh, he does have a little bit more of a poor exit there. Ooh, there's a big tank slapper there from Lord James. Is he struggling with tire temperatures maybe at the rear? Maybe that's why he's not as confident in acceleration as Tom is, because Tom is streaks away in traction zones. What we do know is, still a little bit of a poor exit there from Tom. Oh, yellow flag. Skull Killer has retired from the session. Is that another safety car? Oh, he spun. No safety car. Have we reached the limit? Did we reach the limit for the safety car the game is allowed to release onto the track already? So that's interesting. That would have been a safety car because the car was lying in the middle of the road, broken apart. That's not enough to warrant a safety car apparently, unless it did use up all the safety car appearances available for one race. Tom still being put under massive pressure by Lord James. We're on lap 27 out of 35, just about 8 laps left to go. Or make it 9 laps if you count the final lap usually. Kirby another time penalty. He should be on 12 at the moment. So the American driver in the Italian car is indeed not having a good time with track limits. So Tom is using up some of his ERS. So Fresh has retired from the session. No, he's only left it. He's only left the session. Weird to see the car without the halo on. Into turn 1. Tom still keeps the lead. That's about 8 laps to go. Not 28 out of 35. It's getting closer and closer to the end. But Tom really needs to start either streaking away and gain 3 seconds on these two, or he needs to start hoping, praying to the racing gods that these two behind him make a mistake, corner cut once too many times, and get themselves awarded a 3-second time penalty, which is the only thing that could save him at the moment if things keep going the way they are right now. Speaking of that, though, Vapid has a look down the inside. He's had a fantastic run. He runs very wide, though. Is he going to have a good enough exit? He does have. Now, considering that Vapid has way more ERS deployment available compared to Lord James, as Surface rejoins the session, there's nothing he can do. He's really fast down the straight. Nothing he can do there. Nothing at all. Vapid has gained the position on Lord James. This is big news for both of these drivers, because now it's Tom's chance to try and streak away into the distance. But like I said, Vapid usually comes alive in the final few laps of a race when it's wet conditions. He always does that. He all of a sudden starts going fastest of everyone and gets fastest lap after fastest lap. Is that going to be the case today here around Canada? Oh, he slides a little bit though on the exit. Lord James seems to be struggling a little bit now. Vapid is closer to Tom than ever before this race so far, as Fisichella gets another time penalty. At the moment you can count, I think you can use an entire hand to count the amount of times he's been penalized this race. Oh, Lord James, oh, big news. Lord James has just got to set a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Now that means Vapid is at the moment race winner if he can keep the gap to Tom as close as it is right now. That's the big question. Is it gonna be Vapid who's gonna win the race? Is it gonna be James, or is it gonna be Tom? Tom, who's yet to win a race this season, I think. Yeah, he does need to win a race this season still. Came close in Jeddah, came close in Portugal. And is this going to be the day he does manage to win? Well, we'll find out in just about 5.5 laps. 3-second time penalty, another one for Sigma Alonso 33 for the other Haas driver, who's 17 seconds behind Lord James, his own teammate. So these three have had blistering amounts of pace this evening. Oh, look at that. Vapid is having a go at Tom, but Tom defends the position. So far, lap 31 of the 35. This is Vapid's biggest chance to win this race. He did say he wanted to win. If he didn't, he would be out of contention. He said it himself. So let's see if that will be the case or not. trying to get a little bit off line. Just trying to break up the slip shim just a tiny little bit more. Oh, but he's had an absolutely poor, appalling exit out of that corner. Oh, Vapid runs very wide. This gives Lord James an opportunity to have a look down the inside, but he has to yield as Vapid takes the lead around the outside. And this means that Lord James is having a go at... Oh, I didn't see what happened there. Oh, very close for comfort there. Oh, Tom, keep it on track, He does. And that's gone awfully wrong there. He's gone from first to third in the span of a few corners. Tom, not ideal, struggling a bit on the tire grip, or lack of thereof at the moment. So, and that enables Vapid to get away and streak into the distance now. He's going to try his damn best to stay there. Because right now, as it stands, he could still finish third, but as long as he's within 3 seconds of the other two, he still wins the race regardless. But right now, he has taken the lead. Tom has lost the lead in a span of 3 corners. So that's unfortunate for him. He led basically the entire race almost, up until that small mistake which cost him dearly. Vapid is gaining on James as well. Like I said before, Vapid always comes alive at the end of a stint on intermediate or wet tires. Whenever it's wet and whenever it's about to finish the stint, because you can see there's no rain anymore. It stopped raining a couple of minutes ago. Track is starting to dry slowly but surely as he starts lap 33 out of 35. Just 3 more laps for the Scotsman in the Mercedes, as Kirby is on the softs, but I don't think these are the right tires. He's gambled it. He went on a gamble with the dry tires and they don't seem to be paying off, but good for him for trying anyway. He is in last. He's got nothing to prove, nothing to lose, so he's just going to try and have a go with the soft tires in this very lap, as Fisichella gets another penalty. At this point, I think Kirby could beat him still if he gets any more penalties. Now Vapid into the hairpin, just about to start the penultimate lap in a few mere short seconds. Tom now, unfortunately, is starting to drop off a bit from Lord James. So, nothing much Tom can do unless Lord James makes a mistake, but I don't think he will. It was Tom Gorian's mistake. It cost him the lead and put himself in third. James is closing up slowly but surely. Lap 34 out of 35. Vapid starts the penultimate lap of the race here around Canada in RFL Season 11. But yeah, at the moment, Vapid is definitely the favorite to win this. Another 3-second time penalty for Kirby. At this rate, he's going to get disqualified if he gets any another 1 or 2 penalties. Sigma Alonso has decided to go into the pits as Kirby is lapped. Yeah, Kirby has been lapped, so he's technically already on the final lap of his, I think. Pretty sure that's the case. Or is it? Yeah, it is. It is indeed the case. Lord James is 1.8 seconds behind Vapid in first. Tom is in third. Just about 2 seconds behind second placed James. Now starting the final lap is Vapid Coot 74 in the black and turquoise Mercedes Petronas car. He has not won in quite a while, has Vapid. He's missed out on a couple of race wins since season 8. It's good to see him back on track, but the race is still not over yet. Still have a couple of corners to go. Still have a few 5 or 6 corners to go now into the fast right-left chicane. Tom has stopped bothering at the moment. He's settled down for P3, and into the final hairpin goes Vapid Coot, going down the final for the final time, for the 35th time, going down the back straight here in Canada. Arriving in the final corner, Vapid Coot easy does it. Starts weaving, Vapid Coot finds his race winning form once again, and James is in second, and third for Tom, who crashed on the line. I hope he managed to get there in time. He does. He did cross the line just before he crashed, so at least that's good for him. Deaton coming up now as Sigma Alonso for some reason decided to go into the pits instead of staying in P4. Deaton in the McLaren, final corners. He's had a very quiet but still very good race to finish in 4th. Dr. Mo is up next, who is still in AI form. Is Alonso gonna nick him? No, he's not. Oh, that's a bit dirty there. I've caught that. Alonso crashing into So Fresh over the line. That's not something you're allowed to do. That was very dirty, Alonso. We do not love to see that stuff. We do not like to see that. Trying to crash out So Fresh there over the line. I think that will also be reviewed, as driver of the day is Dr. Mo, which I disagree with. In my opinion, driver of the day is the man you are watching right now. Onto the podium they go. Vapid Coot, Lord James and Tom Gorian may round out the top 3 for today. Today's Canada Grand Prix, and there you have it, the champagne. Congratulating his engineer. Having a toast. There you go. Vapid is your official race winner. Congratulations to the Mercedes driver. Having a brilliant battle for the lead. He took it right at the end and pulled away quite nicely. So for me, driver of the day, definitely Vapid, because started 4th, fell back a bit at the beginning, but then slowly and steadily made his way back into the lead and destroyed everyone. Look at that, fastest lap as well by quite a substantial margin. So there you have it, standings. Vapid Coot 74 in the Mercedes finds his winning ways once again. Lord James in the Haas, who recovers to P2 after being taken out by his own teammate at the start. Tom Gorian down to P3. He's going to be kicking himself. But still, 3rd place, still good for the Scotsman in the Alpine. DRC Deaton in 4th. Dr. Mo 5th. So Fresh 6th. Still managed to finish there despite Sigma Alonso trying to push him into the wall. Fizikilla in 8th. Kirby in 9th. And Skullkiller in 10th. 11th for Panic. And I think Panic and Skullkiller are still DNF'd. So you only had 9 finishes today. Still a very entertaining race. We had lots of battles, lots of safety cars, lots of accidents, lots of controversy already between the main title rivals. yeah, let me know what you thought about this race. I thought it was very entertaining, very fun to watch, but also a few things here and there that I would like to be reviewed afterwards. But it is what it is. It is racing online. It's always going to get very spicy and very heated at times. Tune in next week. I think we'll have another race, round 5. Not too sure which race, but make sure to tune in there as well. Hope you enjoyed today's race around Canada. It's been quite fun to commentate for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I wish you a very nice evening, and it's a goodbye from me.